Okay, super. So I'm talking to Sharda. Thank you for joining me, and I'd be really interested in kind of listening to your journey of health and wellness.
Yes. So I want to say maybe early 2019, I had a A1C number of closer to 6. And I got concerned because my dad's family and my mom's family have diabetic history. So I was already doing a program with South Asian Heart Center before for weight loss.
Mhm.
Kind of reached a certain point. It was okay, but my weight was not going down beyond a certain point. And I was doing all the food control and everything. And I was doing a running actually. And then I did the half marathon and even before marathons, and still my weight was not like to a point where I was satisfied, because 10 years back I used to be, much less. And of course a lot of stress level at work also. That was my major issue. And I started meditation on my own. And when COVID happened, I joined Google from Facebook. I mean, not from Facebook, from NetScout. And that was again a transition. And then since the numbers were not going well, and during the COVID time, my kids were here and a lot of food and put on even more weight. So then I connected back with my YMCA trainer who was doing Zoom sessions with me, with not just with me, but with all the people. Like I met her during one of the walks that I did with my daughter, and I connected and started doing workouts since I want to say 2020 August.
Okay.
Doing like 2-hour sessions pretty much, cycling and weightlifting, and kind of programs like body pump. And I do other hit core or boot camp. So every day, like two sessions I join, so 2-hour sessions at various times, and I've been doing that regularly. So my number is back to 5.4, the A1C. My weight, I've lost close to 20 pounds in the last 1.5 years. So I've been, pretty, doing pretty fine. And I mean, of course, I check in with my, the trainer once in a while. And the one thing that really is still very, it's easy to fluctuate is like if I go for some celebrations and eat and everything, I know it's going to go back up. Then I have to come back and control the food. Seems to be the biggest thing, especially for South Asians, because, it's so easy to go into like chai with some junk, right? It's like I still have the affinity to that kind of food, and I try to control. And I'm not a very sweet, I mean, I don't like sweets as much, so that's not a problem for me, but it's the namkeens that really get me. So I've been doing successfully, and I'm religiously, I work out. And then the week that I suddenly feel like, control, I've reached a certain point, then I go into my fitness pal, start logging my food. Then that week, then I'll come back after a week.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got to go to kind of, my fitness pal whenever, you need to. So that's nice. Okay. So now tell me, where is your A1C at the moment?
5.4.
Oh my gosh, you must feel really good about that.
Yes.
And are you off all medications?
I was never on any medication, because I don't think because it was just sudden jump the doctor saw, because I don't think I had any problem. But I think that time I saw everything. My cholesterol went up, but it was not again out of the roof, because my ratio was pretty good, because I was always working out and running. The running was actually not great, because the way that I used to run was join a group and train towards a marathon. So, but because it's not consistent workout, I'll do 2 miles, 3 miles like this. On the weekend is the long run, and then weekday, 2 days I will run. So that was not very consistent workout that my body needed. Now I do religiously every day, 1 to 2 hours minimum. That is what I think was needed. So everything went down. My cholesterol went down pretty low, and my A1C, and my fasting sugar was never a problem, but it's the A1C that was the problem. So
excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. That is so good to hear. Sometimes focusing on one thing, like you did with exercise, and kind of getting the help that you needed with that, can, kind of trigger the change. And certainly in your case, that is quite true. Who's your trainer?
There's a trainer called Rachel Young. She used to teach in YMCA,
Okay.
in Quito,
Okay.
YMCA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in Saradha.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And so now that is great. Now, are you continuing to kind of work with your coach at the South Asian Art Center, or you just connect every year with us?
I just connect every year.
Okay. Okay. And so that's really great. I mean, if you can keep your A1C down, if your cholesterol is in check, and you kind of, that's the best kind of situation. How about the rest of your family? Are they as conscientious about health in the way that you are?
So I have kids who are not living with me. They are in New York. So they are, my daughter is very conscious, and my son could be more conscious, but he is not yet super conscious. He also works out. He loves to work out and everything, but then he's young and working very hard at he's a techie, so I don't think he has work-life balance yet. My husband also works out quite a bit, and so he never had a problem with diabetes. He had a problem with triglyceride, and we, as a family, we have cut down on white carbs and very conscious about eating more vegetables, and cutting down on sweets. So he is also, in pretty good shape.
All right, great. Any other kind of words of wisdom or just thoughts that you have about kind of working with us or working, in general to?
I really love, what you guys do and how you support the South Asian community. I think it's you bringing consciousness to all of us, and about, teaching us on the right ways to eat. And, I mean, everywhere people say, go eat whatever you've been eating all your life, right? But then it doesn't work if you're living in a country where you have a sedentary lifestyle, right? So I think that thinking and that knowledge, you bring it to the bigger community. That's amazing work.
All right, great. Thank you so very much. It was great talking to you, and I really appreciate the time that you spent. It makes a lot of difference. Anything that we could improve?
I don't, since I only did the weight loss, I think maybe as part of the weight loss, you could encourage people to work out, I feel, because I think I did talk to people and they did say, like, I think the number I thought I heard was more like, 3 to 4 times a week. But I feel like after a certain age, doing it every day seems to be, it's like part of life style, right? Like every day you eat, every day you work out, right? So that I don't know whether you can say that.
No, absolutely we can. I mean, we have to kind of go with the guidelines, but the fact of the matter is that we encourage as much activity as it is possible. But getting the right resources makes a difference. And in your case, you kind of got a personal trainer, because that kind of really took you over the hump.
Yes,
and made it happen for you.
Yeah. I was struggling as to why I'm eating right, and I'm doing the running. To me, running was an amazing exercise. Why am I not losing weight, right? I didn't get that, right? So, but that, I think South Asian Art Center coach helped me, making me think like how running is not enough, because I was running like two times a week, half an hour, and then one day a week, gradually expanded. So if you see in a week, that was not enough, right? It's like some weeks it's like 10 hours, and some week it was like a lot less, right? So I think that was not enough. And that I mean, it was in my back of my mind, but until I really worked with the personal trainer, I didn't see the difference in the body and how, it made a difference.
All right, great. Thank you, Sharda.
Thank you so much.
We'll connect with you again. And one of the things is I'm going to follow up with you with a small email to see if we can use, some portion of or all of what you've talked about today. And we have your permission for that. And we'll also ask you for a photograph, because, sometimes we'll have a text-based testimonial from you as well. And then it comes nice with a photograph.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do for the community.
And thank you for being there as well. Okay, bye-bye.